This episode is brought to you by TheDolphinWars.com.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to King Dolphin Television. I am Raymond, ruler of the greatest pod on YouTube and author of the Dolphin Wars series of books. I would like to welcome you all to episode 395. 5 more episodes to go before the big episode 400 party.
Woohoo!
Yes, and I am honored to have the great, the magnificent Dadman Walking 55. How are you, my friend?
I'm well, King Dolphin TV. Raymond, how are you tonight?
I am just wonderful. I'm home. I am home. I'm streaming. I have the day off tomorrow, and it is all good.
Oh, I'm jealous of you. I wanted to take tomorrow off, but my boss didn't get through reviewing something, so I got to go in anyway tomorrow.
Oh man,
yeah.
Well, we have electricity. We have electrical work that needs to be done, so someone's got to stay here.
That's usually when the missus takes over. She does all that stuff. I'm too panicky, and it's like she deals with the contractors. I end up going to work. So,
all right. Before we get started. If you like these interviews, if you like Just Cuz, if you like all the other things, Radio King Dolphin TV, and all the other reviews, please like, subscribe, and click on the engagement thing so we can keep that anger rhythm down and tamed.
It's an evil thing.
Yeah, isn't he pest? It is so pesky. All right, I gotta pull something out real quick. All right. And if you are so inclined, please help out the channel by doing a super chat, a super sticker, or as Tim says on the thing here. Tim says, Snorty and Trike, so they won't visit you. Pay in super chats, super stickers, and a tip link here. You will be glad you did. So yes, please help to keep the lights on here at the channel, and especially because you don't want these two doing a drive-by knock on your door. These guys will do anything to grab your funds away from you. So yes, you don't want these two bothering you. Pay or thanks to Max Redstone. Yes, pay or suffer or both. So yep. All right, and so let me welcome everybody who has. This is stop by. We have Tina the Naughty Dragon. Hello, Tina.
Hey, Tina.
How you doing? Glad you are here. I'm sure we'll get some more people. We've got our producer, Sandra. This is a Sandra Feliciano presentation of King Dolphin TV in color.
The person that really keeps Raymond on the air, Sandra Feliciano.
That is true. In color, stereo where available, and HD if you care. We may hear Trike in the background. He's not happy with Mommy because Mommy put some ear stuff in his ears, and dogs don't like that. Dogs do not like that. We have our weekend co-host, Wendy Trauma Warrior.
A true warrior, may we say so. The lady that tackled that pickle beer.
Yes.
I will never forget that. Have y'all paid her yet for doing that?
No, she's doing it pro bono.
Wow.
Oh, and he's here. Oh, well, but we'll get to him in a moment.
All right.
We've got FKHC 2005, who did the fantastic tip request. We got Legatus Legionai.
Legatus, Tim,
Kegel,
Wes Kegel.
Hey Wes, and we got the biggest, the baddest bear on YouTube. You know him, you love him, you don't want to get a hug from him though. What up, Poopas? Super. That's great. Hashtag roar. Welcome, Snort. We were worried about you. What happened? All right.
Snort a Poopas Keeper.
Yes.
Yeah, he's had so much rain down there. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You would think that he could be able to swim through that.
Well, there's not much you can do when you got his electric company called Puke Power.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's the real name of it?
Duke Power, like up in the Carolinas and all that. So, but it's so bad it's Puke Energy.
Oh, he says good old Puke Energy showed up and cut the power so they could finish something from 5 weeks ago. 5 weeks ago? Holy guacamole.
And people complain about government. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Yeah. Legata says Sandra keeps Raymond on the air away from her kitchen and laundry and thanks, Legatus. All right. Okay, so we've gotten everybody introduced. So we're gonna get going here. And first off, no warning, just cut the power. That's not good. Okay, so first off, and let's do a shout out to the missus. Unfortunately, she could not make it tonight due to family things, but we still have the Dadman. You there? Uh-oh.
Yeah, I muted myself. Sorry, Raymond.
That's okay.
With the noise here. Yeah, to let everybody know, we've had to take turns with staying with Mom overnight, and tonight was her turn, and that's what happened. We actually passed in the driveway. I finally got home from work. She was leaving, and that's kind of things like that. Mom had a difficult night last night. I'm not sure what she's like today, but so if your thoughts, prayers for her, please, and for it's. I'm a little more worried today, but it's like you never know. Tomorrow can be a better day. So
yeah.
Well, thank you, and the missus for shouting out, because I like to say, folks, and I don't mind talking about her channel tonight a lot too, Ray, about what she does, because she's a hardworking lady. She does it, but not only she keeps my butt on there, she's doing this stuff for her mother-in-law, my mother, and sacrificing so much time away from home and things like that. Like this last weekend, she took the whole weekend shift. So I could rest up and be well for work. So, folks, do remember the missus. Thank you for missing her. That's what's happened, and she would otherwise be here, without a doubt. But thank you, Raymond.
Okay. Yes. Here, put a shout out for the Mrs. DW and DW Mom.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, show them that we're thinking about them, and because that's what we do here. We make everybody in the community welcome.
Absolutely, and that's how we stayed together and get through life is the support of great people and great friends.
Yep. So yes, put posts on Dadman, the missus and Dadman's mom. All right. And of course, Dadman, because Dadman needs the support too. Caretakers are just as important.
Absolutely, and that's what happens a lot of times. People don't realize the stress and the toll it takes on caregivers. Really, yeah, my sisters had mom most 24/7. They finally brought in some outside caregivers. It is a hard thing. My mother-in-law, Mrs. Mother, actually took care of her mother who died just short of 100 years old for like 100 for like 10 years. Went nowhere and all that. And it takes a toll because a month after her mom passed, she had a triple bypass. And I've got a coworker that their mom's in the house dealing with issues and stuff like that. And it's a very emotional strain, and you get tired while you also have to keep up with your job, staying healthy yourself, and everybody. And that's the thing is, you focus on the person that's sick, and that's great and one of the two. But don't forget the caregivers. And if you have a friend or anybody that you know is taking care of a loved one, make sure you call them and contact them and keep them included. Because I tell you, I've got what's kept me going to is the contact of some really amazing friends. Like when mom's sleeping the whole time, I'm either twittering them back or messaging or even getting on the phone with some of them. And just feeling like you're not alone while you're giving care to people really, really helps.
Yeah.
So, because the caregivers get lost in the shuffle sometimes, not on purpose. It's just, but it happens. But thank you, folks.
Yep. Sandra says there are organizations out there that give respite time for caregivers. Is there something like that near you?
I'm not sure. We'll have to look into it. My sister handles a lot of that stuff on the medical side, but we're able to bring people in to help rotate and stuff like that, which has helped a lot. And of course, sometimes moms don't always want to go to the plan with some of those things. My grandmother-in-law kind of did that. So we tried to get her to go somewhere one time so we could take the Mrs. Mother out for a vacation. It was like, yeah, they didn't like it. So, but yeah, and those are great organizations. Make sure you include them. And thank you for that, Sandra. That is much appreciated. And I'll let the missus know too, but if we need it on our side. But thank you, because you get so busy you forget about things like that.
Wendy says, taking care of my dad last year until he died. Besides, my job was draining.
It's worth it though. I mean, it's worth it, but it is draining both physically and emotionally. It's because you're watching the situation go. But it's also the physical. Either you're not sleeping, or the worry, the stress causes problems too physically. So yeah, absolutely. And Wendy, that's a credit to you too, because we my mom and dad and I helped them until I got married. We helped keep my grandfather in his house till he passed away. It was our mission to do that, not to send him somewhere. And it was hard, especially when he lost the use of his leg. And as you get older, it's physically impossible. It gets really, really hard that way. And why I stay with my mom was back in the 90s when my dad died. They wouldn't let us stay overnight. They wouldn't let us stay overnight back then. And the worst thing was coming up, trying to visit dad. He's like complaining. They ignored him all night. Got no relief. It couldn't, and it was like he couldn't understand him speaking English. And that's what my mom does not like being alone in the hospital. And well, we do what we have to do. And at least she's in a good place now where it's comfortable to sleep and it's close to work. So that's helping me. But we rotate the miss and I the overnight, and the other people come through in the daytime, like they normally would when she's at my sister's house.
Okay, that's great.
And thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for the thoughts, prayers, and everything. It's so much appreciated.
People forget to take care of the caregiver. And Snort said, I did it for the Merber for years.
Absolutely.
And Wendy still had a trauma 1 ER to run through all of it.
Yeah. Oh gosh, work too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
it's you don't realize the stress of it, and and it takes a toll. Because a few weeks ago, I really hit a bad point. A few weeks ago, it's like I was about ready to take a break again for a while, but managed to get through it. Like I said, with the help of wonderful friends, especially in the online community, and
Mm-hmm.
if you miss, and I suggest to people, if there's somebody you don't hadn't seen in a while and all, and they're going through stuff, just reach out and just say hi sometimes.
Mm.
I mean, just a small hi, thinking of you goes a long way.
Yeah. Well, my mom passed uh, 2 years ago. Oh, just over 2 years ago,
Hmm.
and it was quick. I mean, I it was quick. Well, she was my caretaker for my sister, and
Okay.
she then got some other caretakers to take care of her, and then when she got the evil C word, it
Hmm.
just hit her so
Right.
quickly and painfully.
Hmm.
So yeah.
I can relate. That's kind of what happened with my dad's case. It was quick, and just
Yeah.
it's sad, and you're never ready for it. Even
Yeah.
whether it's slow, fast, or whatever,
Mhm.
you're just never
and
ready for it.
and the thing is it's probably I that was kind of a shock to me. So it was definitely um it was definitely an eye opener to me. So I make sure I do my screenings. Everybody should make sure they do their screenings, as unpleasant as it is.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You know, make sure.
I had that first scope check when you get over 50. See, mine got delayed because of 2020. Uh,
Hmm.
but I tell you, it's like somebody said, it was the nicest sleep I ever had. It was
Yeah.
like it was like they would say you just won't remember anything, and all I remember is the doctor yelling at me to wake up because it was
Uh,
like I was in la la land.
yeah. Well, God says before my dad died, it was getting too much for my mom at home, so he had to go to hospice when things
Yeah,
got. Yeah.
yeah, and
And
that's the thing is sometimes there comes that point, and that's where hospice is really really good to help
yeah.
with things like
Uh,
that.
Sandra says, I think she knew she was sick long before we found out. I don't doubt that. So yeah, couple things. Take care of your caregivers. Um, think of those and get your screenings done. And on a so we don't get totally on a downer.
No, no, we're
Yeah.
gonna have some fun tonight.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
Absolutely.
fun. It's gonna be fun. So what's been up with what's other than the obvious? What's been up with the clan?
Well, let's see. My I've gotten back into regular streaming because I was only doing like completely random streaming for a
Mm-hmm.
while. Because of a lot of time commitments, a lot of other job stress, all that stuff. So I mean, I've worked out a good, fairly regular rotation. Although I'm still going random at different times of the day. But I've gotten back and I've kind of got my mojo going again.
All right.
Where I really want to stream and where I like it, and I like it and enjoy it. I've for a while I was feeling run down and things like that, and but yeah, it really I want to and looking forward to new things, new people to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got a few basic shows that started and it got a crew to help with those, and then like I said, supplemental with some Fortnite randomly and some other stuff that happens randomly.
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. is still continuing on with her stuff. She's looking for new opportunities at night, especially, and other things. But she's still doing her watch parties,
Mm-hmm.
the morning musings, which is I still love when I work from home, and I'm in here and I hear her laughing out there in the background. It's just incredible hearing that joy and that laughter, and she's
Yeah.
laughing at herself or what she just said too. That's what makes it even better.
Yeah. Um, uh, streaming streaming can definitely be cathartic.
Hmm.
Yeah. Just
Absolutely.
especially since it's not just you; it's the community that you get along with and you have fun with, and
Hmm.
because look
Yeah.
look at my look at the pod here,
Mhm.
and it's just
Yeah.
a great community, and we gather together and have fun.
Absolutely.
And you don't have to be a monstrous channel with
No.
tons of people. In fact, intimacy is always a good thing as well.
Mm-hmm. And that's a good point. I really agree that because what I was doing last year early on, I was having some really large panels, either playing Fortnite or the Squirrel streams and stuff, and a lot of coming and going and all. And it's like it was wearing me down. So I pulled it back, fewer people, like a closer knit group, and like I say, people that I consider friends, trusted friends, because that's what I want to do. I want to stream with my friends and all this. I don't want the normal online drama, egos, stuff like that. That's why I try to stay more independent. Because a lot of times you got this group or that group and alignment. It's like to me, maybe it's a Southern in me, but there's freedom in just doing what I want to when I want to.
Yeah,
not getting obligated to other people or tit for tat or things like that. I mean, like it opens up like something like this, completely random. Get to have you come on and be with you at a time. I like the variety, keeps me interested and keeps me active, and that's kind of the way I've viewed it and gotten back into that mode. Instead of like chasing down people and chasing places. And, I'm not on YouTube watching as a viewer as much anymore, though, mostly because in the work has kind of cracked down on that in the daytime. And then at night I've been busy with mom or doing my own streaming or other stuff that happens.
Yeah. Yep. And the thing is, though, you've got that anger rhythm that YouTube has decided to crack down on.
I like that term, anger rhythm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TM. I've trademarked it. TM.
There you go.
Sandra says, I always pop in her chat. I can't always pop in her chat, but I do listening to her from work. Oh, yeah.
It's so refreshing because it's hard to find those that you can really listen to at work. See, they've got us where they want us watching podcasts, but you can listen to a podcast because of earbuds and stuff. And I had to tell my boss, like, what's the difference? Then he's like, well, you just don't look at the screen. And I'm like, anyway, I'm just like laughing. But, and then you got too many narcs out there like, and that's what happened last year was they're like, he's chatting in. It's just like, you guys need to pay more attention doing your job than worrying about
exactly.
What you're doing. I know my efficiency. I know get my stuff right. But it's like, gosh, it's crazy.
Yeah. Wendy says, that's why I drank pickle beer. I knew the pod would enjoy the aftermath.
There you go, Wendy. All hats off. Salute you. And there you go. That's, and it's actually something safe to do. Although, just don't drink something if you see these odd drinks that they have out there at some of the like Busy Bees and places. There's one called bacon soda.
Ew.
Oh, it's really ew. Because my kid did it one time and nearly kept having an upset stomach, to say the least, all night. I'm like, it's not that bad. Then I finished the bottle off for them, and I'm like,
it is.
Well, it does. It puts a big rumbly in your tummy. It's like you're going to have to regurgitate or something. You're fighting that feeling off. And it's like you get the gas comes back. So that's what I equated to when Wendy drank that pickle beer. Was looking at her reaction, and like,
it was priceless.
Yeah.
Snort. You're a real trooper, Wendy. And Snort says, ew.
I'll buy you some and bring it down to you, Snort. Meet you in the parking lot at the top of the world with all those other older single ladies. I had that in a chat. I do a game called We're in the USA, and one of my stories was down that way. Not only did he recognize the Walmart or the Sam's Club where the incident took place, he guessed exactly where the lady backed her SUV into an 87-year-old lady with going in on the riding carts. It was a 77-year-old that hit an 87-year-old, and they drove off, and they found him at this place called Top of the World. And he knew the location. He's like, "Is this the address?" And I had to look up at the police report that was with it. I'm like, "That's exactly right, Snort. That's exactly the place."
Oh my!
I got this thing is what's also amazing is how smart these chats are and stuff. How you
Oh
can learn from
yeah!
them. I mean, Snortapoop is one of the most amazing historians out there too.
Oh.
I'm not as much familiar with everybody here tonight, but I know Legatus has a lot of knowledge, and
Mm-hmm.
West. Sandra comes off fully knowledgeable, so and that's really cool. I like a good smart chat.
Yeah.
The one that you can learn and either hit some serious topics or learn more about the world, or that can also let go and make all kind of crack jokes, just to have some fun. So,
Snort says, like O'Brien, Wendy must suffer.
why do you want to do that to Wendy?
Oh, well, she probably asked it.
She needs to get them razors and come shave that fur off.
A naked Snort.
Yeah.
Tina says, LOL, I've never been considered smart.
No, don't sell yourself short.
Top of the world, bottom of the barrel.
That's what he says.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So, remind me what, or people who haven't been here before, what stuff you do on your channels.
Well, the missus is more. She has her flagship at 10 o'clock Monday through Wednesday and Friday, with her morning musings where she'll do a puzzle, she'll do memes, do some celebrations and some birthdays. Right now they're shortened a little bit, but that's what she does, kind of like a comedy variety show about everything that's going on. With just her, she also does some Lego builds, but lately she's not done as much as those that she's done what's called diamond painting.
Oh,
are you familiar with that?
I think I am through Janet from Another Planet, but I'm not. But go ahead.
It's like little dots, like almost little jewels, and you take this tool and you plug them in to certain spots, and they color up everything, and then you can make different things with it. She's gotten into that now, and that's gotten a lot of interest. So she's doing streams on that. She's doing some watch parties like Superman, the animated series, on Monday nights, and then on Wednesday afternoons she does some animation, JoJo's Big Adventure and Death Note right now. So that's a lot of what she does, and sometimes she'll just randomly go live with something, but that's about what she does. And of course Thursday night she has some Fortnite frolicking she does, but that's what her is. Me, it's like Monday nights I usually about 6 o'clock Eastern is duos with Jess and Fortnite. My mod and friend Jess, we play Fortnite for a couple hours before Mrs. Batman, Superman the animated series show, and then on Tuesday nights I'm rolling. Not last night, but next week we'll get back to with JT Kirk doing our football show. Now this year it's going to be different. It's not just going to be focused on Southeastern Conference. We're bringing JT in as a co-host, and he's going to talk about Michigan State and the Big 12. So we got a little more variety with that this year, this season. Wes Cagle, who you saw in the chat earlier, he and I are going to be doing our Go West Dadman on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock. Tonight we may do it, but it'll be slide back to 9 o'clock. It just depends on how I feel later when we're done. And then Thursday nights are usually like a chilling with somebody or other special streams or a movie review. But this Thursday, I've got Alaska Jeff coming on talking about Bigfoot.
Ooh.
Yeah. I've always been fascinated in that subject.
Yeah, we had someone a couple weeks ago talk about, and hello, Pudgy Hedgehog.
Pudgy!
Pudgy!
Dude, Pudgy is the best person to do Dead by Daylight. He is so funny playing that horror game.
Oh, yeah?
It's just hilarious. He just makes it so funny.
Hello, Pudgy. And where Pudgy is, Cobalt's in the background. So, hello.
Nice.
I'm not a big gamer, so
Yeah.
I'm not a big gaming person, but and of course I am very limited on time to do streams. It's the most I can do is the two streams that I do, the Wednesday stream and the Wednesday stream and the Just Cuz on Saturday. But going back to cryptids, we had a couple weeks ago a gal, Hannah Chapman, and we were talking, and we also had Agent Pepsi 1. We were talking about over here in West Virginia, we have Mothman. I don't know if you've heard of that critter.
I don't think so.
Yeah, so he's sort of like the West Virginia equivalent of Bigfoot. And so we got talking about the cryptids that she researches, and she's also a Bigfoot person.
Oh, really? Yeah, because I only remember from the 70s shows the little bit of information you got. So it's going to be fascinating to see more about it, the local legends, the myths, and everything else. I'm looking forward to it. So will be really, really interesting.
Here, let's see. Let me show you. Let me go to here and show you Mothman. Oh, I hate the Wikipedia drives.
Yeah, it's crazy. Snort has big paws. Yes.
Okay.
I bet to eat you with, my friend.
Right. Here is an artist's impression of Mothman.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah, and they even have a statue of him in Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Yeah.
Mountain Mama. Yeah.
Mountain Mama.
That's too funny. Yep.
Let's see. Okay. But yeah. Okay, so they have a well-endowed statue.
Oh gosh.
Somebody even put a tramp stamp on his backside.
What?
Yes. Someone put a tramp stamp on his backside.
What? On
that Mothman statue.
What? Okay, folks, fess up, somebody. I can't believe they did that to you, Ray.
Let's see.
We're gonna find you guys out one day.
Yep. So let's see. So on the football shows, what? So you focus mainly on college, if I remember right.
Correct, but when we have time and we can talk general sports, we may do some NFL and some pros, but generally, primarily is college football for me. That's where my passion's always been with my dad, my uncle, things like that. Now, but like this year, what we're doing a little bit differently is we're going to expand it beyond just the Southeastern Conference teams, and actually bring in the Big Ten, which is mid. Actually, they're not just the Midwest again. They're actually from like New York or New Jersey all the way to California.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that, and it's like, whoa, how'd that happen? Because let's see, Oregon's a part of it, and USC, I think.
USC, yep, UCLA. I mean, they got so many teams that they let the Big Ten. Well, the Pac-10, which was the Pac-12, exploded, blew up. Some of them went to the Big 12, and some went to the Big 10. And then the Big 10 basically is from coast to coast now, which is really bizarre to look at.
Yeah, What happened? Okay, what happens at the Rose Bowl? I mean, that's got to make the Rose Bowl go bananas because it used to be someone from the Pac-10 and someone from the Big Ten always
Yep.
went to the Rose Bowl.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
if they're all part of the Big Ten, or is it because they got the new playoff format?
No, it's because these conferences realigned. Some went to the higher conferences, others fell down, others stay where they were, and that dictates the playoff seeding and spot. Because usually the bigger conferences get more teams in, even though there's a playoff. But the conference realignments have been driven by TV contracts and money also, and that's where all this is like the Wild West. The NCAA can't legislate or put any standard rules in because of antitrust, and then so the NCAA is left out to make rules, which it doesn't because they can't. All the member institutions, complain, and it gets into the technicalities of the law of what applies and what doesn't. So it's crazy.
Yeah, that does sound bizarre.
Mm-hmm. You can't just change things like that. You've got to do it. I don't know. You sit here, watch these conferences unhappy, and they keep jumping leagues. Now you got ham sandwich teams up in the big, what you call the big leagues of college.
And then what is it? And then you've got Notre Dame. That's all by itself. Or have they finally got to a conference?
Yeah, no, they that's the biggest. That's the biggest point of contention is they're still independent in football. There are times that they align in conferences for other sports, but in football, they're still independent with their NBC contract, and you just everybody likes to hate on them for that, But of course, people also hate Alabama too. Just pick your poison.
But Alabama's part of the SEC.
Correct. Yeah, Alabama. You got them. You got Ole Miss. Of course, Missouri and Texas A&M joined a few years ago. Last year, they were joined by Texas and Missouri. So you got one good team, one bad team.
Yeah.
But the beauty of sports, though, is that with some of these rivalries and all, it doesn't matter. You still got to play the game.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, indeed. I try to root for West Virginia because I'm now home. It's now my college team, but I don't know. I have had a hard time rooting for college teams anyway. Even when I was in Ohio, I would do a passing fancy of Ohio State, but it's like okay. So college has been tough for me to root.
Yeah, that's another team that people love to hate. Ohio State, just like they're just very. It's like some people say they're not just Ohio State; they call themselves the Ohio State University.
Yeah,
and they have great traditions like Notre Dame. I mean, you have the dot and the I of the band member, usually a tuba player that goes out there. It's really something to see when they do that. But everybody loves it when they're down, though. No love for Notre Dame or Ohio State.
Let's see.
Yeah, but it's going to be a fun year. It's going to be interesting to see the changes this year and what happens because we got the second or third year of the name, image, likeness. It's where they're paying players to play. But some of the fears that people have predicted are starting to come true because what happens with college scholarships, they're year-to-year. They're essentially year-to-year contracts.
Mhm.
That's why people don't understand is that just because an athlete gets a contract, gets a scholarship somewhere, he may lose it very easily because that's the dirty business that they haven't really said is if you fall behind, you will be replaced.
What, in grades or
In great,
more
like
important?
they'll keep bringing recruits in, and the next thing you know, you're going to be on the bench because they effectively replace you because they keep bringing in good players of that level. Like the Florida basketball team just won a national title, but one of the players that was actually on the court in the end of the game when they won and really had some key contributions down the stretch, he transferred somewhere else because he could see what they were doing with it. And then, of course, the thing about paying players, you have what happened in Tennessee with Nico Emelavia, basically pulling a holdout, essentially. And Tennessee basically said, hey, go pound sand. They're like, we're not playing this game, And he was set to make $4 million or something like that, and even more next year. And he was a hero out there. People loved him. I mean, he got the job. They really gave it to him, and then, he and the family wanted more money, so they're now at UCLA, and Tennessee's trying to find a quarterback. I mean, that's why I tell people. Just because I do a sports stream, I try to make it funny for people that don't know sports because I'm cracking jokes or I'm doing something silly, or if people want to ask questions, I want them to ask questions. I want to teach the game. What I've done with comic books and some of the other stuff. I go either sit in the chats and ask questions, or even better, sometimes being on the panel and actually asking the questions live. That's what people understand. Sports is not always that boring number stuff and things like that. The action can be very fast and quick, but even then, you got all the stats, you got all the numbers, and what's happening now is the game is changing from the business side. It's become a business even more so than before with this idea of paying players now, and now they're having some other things about schools outpricing their fan base, where average Joe can't just get a ticket for face value. He's got to pay the triple up score, scout version, which used to be a crime. I remember in our town, they'd always have sting operations, especially Florida, Georgia. And you just sit here and look at now with these ticket brokers that gobble up all the tickets and stuff and sell them back at whatever rate they want to. Yeah, it's buyer's market, it's free capitalism, but it's still in some ways wrong because you shouldn't have to mortgage a house to be able to go to a sporting event.
True that. Let's see.
Oh yeah, Snortopoopas went to the Texas A&M for a semester. I remember we talked about that on stream a long time.
Oh, okay.
But that's a weird group of people. They're like a cult. I mean, they're all dancing, hugging on each other, moving back and forth, and it's like, when Dan Mullen was coach of Florida at the time in 2020, they went out there, they lost because he complained that they violated all the COVID rules because they had too many people in the stadium and not distance and stuff. And that does make a difference. The fan interaction can actually help to take games. So
yeah,
but my point is that we deal with other big issues, and they're not just in the sports ball or doing something like that. But hey, give us a chance. You never know, especially if you don't have anything going on.
Yeah. FKHC says, I missed the days CBS had the SEC, so when I got off work on Saturdays, I would go home and watch them, and primetime games too. I watch, if I can, U.S. Air Force Academy games, plus the big Navy and Army games like Notre Dame versus Navy and Notre Dame versus Army, and of course the Army-Navy game.
Yeah, Army-Navy, what a historic game.
Yep.
Of course, Notre Dame Navy, but I'm usually trying to the academies to beat in Notre Dame. I guess there's no doubt about that.
Wendy says, as a Texan, my favorite college teams are A&M at College Station and University of Texas Austin, but I actually root for all the Texas teams. And of course, Sandra, you probably heard her in the background. She says, "Go Army, beat Navy."
Oh yeah. Service rivalries. That's another one with the pageantry. I gotta say though, one of the teams in the Southeast Conference I don't like. I'm sorry, Wendy, Texas A&M. I don't, and a lot of it stemmed from Florida. I always had a problem going out there playing. They won easily last year, but like I said, 2020, whether you liked it or not, the rules are rules. And I swear to you, they had that stadium 3/4 full. It wasn't half. It wasn't distance. All the stuff that everybody had to play with, they weren't. And what was so sad with it is the that the Gator coach at the time complained about it. He's like, next Saturday I want Florida Field like that. And then, it's his administration just bailed on him and blamed him for everything, told him to be quiet, quit whining. It's like, he's right. If you watch the video, rules are rules, even if you don't like them. And I'm like, there's too many people in that stadium, but it works out. And yeah, Tim, the Big 8. Oh my gosh, I remember that one. We are old then.
As the highway sign in College Station says, Highway 6 Aggie 0. And let's see. Tim says,
nice.
I've been to West Point for the Air Force versus Army game, plus a few Air Force versus Navy games and 3 Army Navy games. Ooh, I bet you those are hard tickets to get, the Army Navy game.
Yeah. You know what's one of the things though with the conference realignments, which is basically, folks, they used to be more geographical. Now they scrambled up. It took out some of the normal rivals. Like Tim is missing Nebraska, Oklahoma, which is a Thanksgiving type game. Which Thanksgiving was a great time for football and rivalries. But Texas A&M did not play for a number of years because when A&M went to Southeastern Conference, they could not meet. But last year brought back the return of that rivalry, Texas A&M, which is interesting. So that's one good thing that happened with a conference realignment.
My son graduated from A&M with a degree in mechanical engineering.
Yay.
Tim says, my father has flown in a B-52 in Texas out of Dias.
Okay.
Remember the Big 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Go Manitoban Bison. Oh, okay. And a Canadian team from Tina the Naughty Dragon.
Have you ever watched Canadian football?
No, I haven't.
It's kind of interesting. It's faster paced because the field's longer, field's wider. You only have 3 downs to get 10 yards for a first down. They have a 50. What's that?
No, go ahead.
They have a center line, which is the 55-yard line because it's 110 yards. And also, they have this weird rule: if you kick the ball in the end zone like a missed field goal, if it goes to the end zone or if it gets down by the receiver, it's a point. Kind of like I like that idea.
Yeah,
and it's free to Americans. At least last year, you can actually get it. You go into the website, you can sign up for it, and you can get it free every game if you're in America with certain cable providers.
Well, when you said you have 3 downs to get it, that sounds like kids football. You got 3 downs to get a first down.
Yeah, the rule changes are great. That's why we all also love indoor football, which I compare like WWE, basketball, and hockey, because you have the boards of hockey, you got the loud and the music of the WWE. They're just a combination of different things that really, really makes it a fun night out.
Yeah, from what I hear, the NFL changed the kicking game again.
I know they did last year with that horrible like start. I don't know. I just the too many rule changes that they're doing these days in all the games. I mean, we're losing tradition and everything else. I don't know. To me, it's just too much.
I didn't even I heard about it and I didn't look into it. I suppose I should once the games start. Let's see.
Yeah.
Tim says I missed Nebraska Oklahoma games.
Mm-hmm.
Nebraska Colorado were great games.
Yeah, those were good games.
Hey, no, go North Melbourne Kangaroos.
Huh.
Must be soccer.
Yeah, there you go.
Wendy likes arena football. We used to have a team here.
Yeah, it's really awesome. I mean, it's if you get a chance to go, it's very fast paced. I mean, you hope that one team shows up, you know, because they can make for good games. You know, but yeah, it's arena football. What happened there is different levels of arena football had different rules because the original AFL that folded had rights to the nets, even though they had gone out of business. And we watched one year here. It was like boring without having the nets, the unpredictability about the balls bouncing off. It just got a little bit boring. But because you need those nets that affected the game, like the real true regional league. It had the rights. It went bankrupt and had the rights still. And then again, they come back, they reorganized, and so much different stuff. Australian rules football. That's another one. That's awesome. It's like Takaloko. You remember that, playing that as a kid?
Mm-hmm.
Love Aussie rules football.
What's that? Sort of like rugby?
Sort of. They have to bounce the ball every so often, and they can hit it forward. And then they run it to the touchline, and then they get like equivalent of a touchdown. Then they can kick for a 1 or 2 at certain angles on the field.
So definitely not soccer.
No, not soccer. It's a little bit. I'd say that's a little bit like rugby with soccer together. Very, very, but it's a lot of fun to watch if you can. It's really cool.
Cool. Okay. So any other ideas on channels, or have you dabbled into anything else?
Wow, we spent that time on that one. Well, that's my Tuesday night. Wednesdays are kind of like a variety thing with West Kago. It's kind of like my late night squirrel streams where we just do no random topics and just pull it up and just make it up as we go along.
Mm-hmm.
Had to make it early.
Sort of like Just Cuz.
Yeah, that type of thing. And just because, and that seemed a lot of fun. People can go and come as they want to. Just get the right combination of people. That with the late night streams that I've had, and I'm still doing a couple of those here and there, as I feel have the availability. But with West on Wednesday nights at 8, and then of course Thursdays I either have a chilling with where I have a guest on talking about them and what makes them tick.
Mm-hmm.
Or the last Thursday of the month I have Daisy Blossom on when we talk movies. So that's the biggest thing with what I've done and where I'm going with things. And of course the missus has her stuff, her set up. So
okay. Before I ask my next question, take care, Wendy. Have a great night.
Yeah, take care, Wendy.
All right. So my question is, do you have 2 separate setups, or how do you two manage the 2 different channels? Is it scheduling?
We have 2 different setups, although we have one share the same StreamYard. We can technically, I think, use StreamYard at the same time. I think we've actually streamed at the same time, but that's primarily it. The biggest thing could be Fortnite, but I'm able to play that on my Xbox, or not Xbox, the Wii 2, whatever the newest Wii was, and we've been able, which has helped me. She streams from the piano, not from the piano, dang it, keyboard, the computer, and that's kind of been a good thing. So we have two different areas, and of course now she's trying to move to the garage from the living room, but she may will get there one day, but who knows? But yeah, we looked into different things other than StreamYards too, but it seemed like the best for what she still needed to do now. It's really interesting, and hopefully sometimes StreamYard doesn't have a brain fade, because that's happened a few times.
Yeah. Hey, Trike.
Hey,
Trike. Yeah, he's kind of mad at us. He's had an ear infection, and we just gave him medicine before the show, so he wasn't a happy dog.
That's cool. We love happy dogs.
Yeah, and right now he's antagonizing mommy. Yes, hail to the Trike. He's becoming a star in his own right. He's getting some videos in.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, check out the shorts, the Trike shorts on Sandra's channel. Yep, Tina, puppy. Okay. I actually did my first movie review.
Oh, cool.
2 weeks ago.
What type of movies do you like? Any particular genres?
I like sci-fi. I loved the superhero genre up until after Avengers Endgame. But I was ambivalent of watching Fantastic Four First Steps, and I had a friend say he was paying my way. So I said, okay, I guess I'll go. And then I decided, okay, since I'm going, I might as well might as well do a review on it.
That's awesome, though. That is awesome.
Yeah, so check out my review. And I think the biggest thing I got out of it was, Sandra says, saved me from going.
You know what's sad, though? And the good wives need to listen to it. My thing is, I could tell the missus, it may be a bad movie, but I always like to go out and, have some popcorn and a snuggle, That makes it good at the end of the day. And Mrs. pretty much always goes to the shows. She sat through Ant-Man and Wasp. She sat through Flash. She sat through some bad ones, and she's a much better picker of the movies than I am. But like I said, I like the popcorn and the cuddle. That's a good night out. And then, because I remember when 2020 happened, when they shut our theaters down for not long, because we're Florida. We got reopened, even though we had to fight through a lot of crap. Still then, it was you could smell the popcorn. You really missed it, and what they did now is really, really cool. It makes it worth going. But you can save money by joining these clubs, which do help on some of the cost.
She says, I'll go with him, but it was nice he got to see something he wanted to see with a friend. Yeah. I think the biggest thing I got out of it was the cast. And I said this on my review. For those who haven't seen it, there were some good things, but I think overall, the cast and crew was suffering from a peyote hangover.
Oh my!
Yeah, that's how weird that movie was. That was definitely how weird that movie was.
I will say, the only movie the missus absolutely refused to ever go see with me, and I think she was sick at the time, and she just pulled her head up and looked and said, "I ain't watching that crap." But it was the Indiana Jones and the Dial of Dysentery, that one.
We haven't seen that one.
Well, she was even not feeling good, and I was like, "Hey, you want to go?" And she's like, she got just rolled up, looked at, and she's like, I'm not going to watch that crap. I'm not. It's like they was done with it at that point.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad because of some really great Raiders of the Lost Ark movies.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw Raiders of the Lost Ark,
Mm-hmm.
and I sat through the one before, as Snorter Pooper says, the diaper of dysentery, the one with Shia LaBeouf.
Nuke the Fridge. We called it Nuke the Fridge.
Nuke the Fridge, yes.
It was like right at the beginning. We got him in a refrigerator.
Yeah.
So much for stop, duck and cover.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was duck and cover. We went to see some of the Missile Man sites last year.
Oh yeah.
2 years ago, yeah, and the museums they had there, and it was nice to see. But you didn't want to be the last. It was really eye opening what they did, how they had to live, and everything else. So really, really interesting. If you ever get to go up to South Dakota, definitely worth the stops.
Yeah, I was never stationed at missile bases, but I've heard that those were interesting places to be.
I could see that. Is when you learn about what happened there and what people had to do. That's kind of my philosophy with all these movies, though. Anyway, is to judge for yourself. Go watch whatever you want to. Judge it for yourself. I mean, I do think there's sometimes you absolutely know there's not going to be a movie that clicks with you. But
yeah,
but always judge for yourself. Don't let somebody else make up your mind for you.
Tim says, I lived on a SAC base as a kid, so I understand. Yeah, I was stationed at 2 of them, and those were even SAC. Yeah, SAC bases are weird places.
Are you saying, SAC? Okay, SAC base. Okay, SAC base. Okay.
Yeah. Snort said, I didn't like Crystal Skull. First and third were great. The second was so-so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I do know the second one actually had scenes you really liked. I don't know. It's long movies. I never had the patience to watch them.
Yeah. So, right. So, so you tried Stallone movies? Was that...
I'm not really a Stallone fan. I do want to watch the original Death Race 2000 though that had him in it. That'd be cool. But Living in America was cool. This is an easy song. Sometimes on karaoke, I go sing that song. But the Stallone, I don't know. It's kind of a hit or miss with me. You know, I don't know how to explain it. I do like him when he tries to be funny though. Like Demolition Man.
I remember that one.
Yeah, that.
I also liked. Was that the one he was with Sandra Bullock?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I saw Demolition Man. I thought I saw Dredd, but Judge Dredders.
I am the law.
Tango and Cash was a good one too.
Oh yeah, I think was it Don't Stop, My Mom Will Shoot.
Yeah.
You know, with Estelle Getty. That's like, imagine that combination.
Yeah, Tango and Cash was a good one. What was the other one? Cobra.
Wow.
Yeah, Cobra was another good one.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that when he drives that Mustang or whatever that car is. Everybody loved that car.
And I didn't see First Blood, but I saw the second Rambo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like I said, the Rambo franchise was not really something that got me interested. I mean, I think you had to like boxing or you had to like something, but it's I hate to, I don't know. Some things either hit me or they don't. Stallone is one of those. It depends on the roads. You know, the Rambo. I never really cared for that. I like military. I like war things. I just didn't. I didn't like the setting of the post Vietnam setting, so I didn't connect to it. Whereas I connected to living Rocky IV because of Living in America, the pageantry, the song, kind of the Olympic thing. It kind of connected with that. I mean, so it's kind of say I'm very picky when it comes to movies as to what I want to watch.
Yeah. Snort says 2 of my favorite old movies were Strategic Air Command and The Wings of Eagles.
Nice. I've heard of Wings of Eagles.
God, it's been a long time. I don't even think I've seen Strategic Air Command. Tina says there's only 3 Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can agree with that. Although some might be willing to give you 1 or 2 more, but definitely and that's a common opinion, with a lot of people. They view that there's only 3, and usually they're the originals. Mm-hmm. You got that debate in Star Wars, how many are really good, and it's obviously the first 3 in the timeline.
Mm-hmm. Tina says my favorite movies are the 4 movies Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor did together.
That's good.
How about the one? What was it? Where Richard Pryor and Jackie Gleason were together.
I think that was
The Toy.
No, it's the one about Brewster's. No. Hold on, God. Anyway, Jackie Gleason and Richard Pryor. Wait, I thought I knew which movie that was. I had to look it up though.
I'm checking it now.
Yeah, because it sounds familiar, but I think I was thinking the wrong movie though. Tim's saying The Toy, so that's probably it then.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't know. That movie just. I'm an old. I was born old. I had a boss that said I was born old because that was a movie. I don't know. The kid was bratty. I didn't like it, and I never really got into it. So,
Gathering of Eagles, but I like the Wings of Eagles too. Strategic Air Command had Jimmy Stewart starring in the only movie where he played a military character after the war. Tim loves the Wild Geese. We know that. Let's see.
as long as they're not Canada geese, oh man, that thing will take over your whole yard, neighborhood, and everything.
Oh my God. They're in my workplace and they drive me nuts. And they're vicious though.
Oh yeah. Especially when the nesting is they will come after you.
Oh, let's see.
I wish you could eat them because then they might fly off quicker. Put that new Predator in there.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm looking. So, the Canada geese. You're welcome.
You can take them back. we don't want none of them.
Mm-hmm. Akira Kurosawa films are fun too. I've heard of them. I don't know if I've ever seen one.
I don't do things by names. I'm more like topic or movie title.
Yeah.
It's like, and then I listen to hear if people's liked it before or worse than the one that was used. Oh, that's.
I just saw today. Oh
Mm-hmm.
my God. Oh my God. It is absolutely epic. If you could see it, it is.
Yeah.
Let me see here. I'm going to find a link. This. I saw it on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars. Okay, it is called. It's absolutely epic. It's called Star Wars: Return of the Napalm.
Oh my gosh.
It is a Vietnam parody with the Star Wars characters. I didn't have the sound on because I was getting ready for this stream, but just the visuals and stuff like that is absolutely epic.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put the link out there. It is. Yeah, let me. I'm going to put that out there. That's just and that just came out. It's got. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. If you can take a look at it, it's hilarious. One of the things we did last Saturday on Just Cuz is we talked about war movies. What are your, if you watch war movies, what are your favorites? Ooh, we lost him.
Got something popping up over here, and I'm trying to not have it distract. My bad. Sorry about that, Ray. I love Sanso Iwo Jima, the old John Wayne movie. Of course, Saving Private Ryan.
I could not watch that one after the first 2 minutes.
No, but what I appreciated with is the way they made it. I mean, even when you go underwater, you lost track of sound. I mean, the realism of it was really, really impressive to help you to understand what was going on. And kind of bring the horrors of war to you as a viewer.
Yeah.
Because they didn't do the catch up and fall down. They didn't do the fake explosions, and it truly was realistic, and it was wonderful to actually watch that. It was very, very moving, and I think it also gave credence in respect to what they did and what the invasion did. Full Metal Jacket, but then again, I'll be honest, I did not care as much about the end of it. What I loved was
Gunny
Sergeant Hartman. Yes, sir.
Gunny.
That's all I needed was Gunnery Sergeant Hartman, and I was happy. And there was one that I recently watched with my friend Anna's Gameland. Wes was on with me a little bit. It was actually a Russian. It was about the the German invasion of Russia, and where they turned them out around near the gates of Moscow. And it's called Panfilov's 28 Men. It was dubbed, so you actually didn't have to read the subtitles. It was actually dubbed. It was a really, really good dramatic film about how the stand outside the gates of Moscow, which was huge and an event in World War II. To keep them to keep that Russians in the war to help extend, to turn the tide of war. It was really well made. It was very accurate for the time period and was really, really good to watch. And it's those are some of the ones that I like the best, though. Well, the one with Hacksaw Ridge was a good movie too. Focus on DOS, Private DOS. So it was really, really, and it's okay. I'm just like Snortopoopas Cuber. I lost interest in Full Metal Jacket after Gunny's killed.
I actually listened to the book it was based on. Where is it? I actually listened to the audio novel of that the book was based on, and that was where I lost interest in the book. Was after the Gunny got killed.
Oh wow! Yeah, I didn't realize it was a book though. So that's
I forgot what the book was called. But obviously it didn't make much of an impression on me.
No.
I've seen Saving Private Ryan landing part with the Benny Hill theme song. It's one of those, why people? Why?
Oh God, really? Well, I just thought of another one, Midway.
Oh, Midway, the original one.
Well, I like both of them, but I'm more partial to the original one.
Me too.
It had inaccuracies in it. But the way they did the 2019, I had severe problems with because there is stuff that they didn't tell you about Joe Rochefort. They told you about Hypo a little bit in '76. They also carried Fuchida's myth about the crowded flight decks and stuff like that. They almost, there's a big debate on that. I read a book by Jonathan Parshall and Tony Telly about called Shattered Sword. Is really looking in depth analysis of Midway, and they actually went back to the Japanese side of it, looking at Japanese records and stuff like that. And just if you ever hear Jonathan Parshall talk about it, he explains it of the history, because it's like the Western historians just kind of went with whatever provided, and even the Japanese that knew in the 70s that what they said was not right with this last minute thing. So I didn't like that they skipped on Rochefort in the original movie. But I thought a lot of it, they had the spirit of it. We didn't really need Moses's son's relationship thing in the middle of it. And that's why I call Chuck Heston all the time from his greatest role, from the Ten Commandments. And there's certain things I didn't like about it, but I thought it did a better job of the characters per se. The 2019 one, I know Ak is very heavy, very big, and I know that there were explosions on those carriers because of fuel bombs and stuff like that. But it just seemed the level of anti-aircraft fire was just a bit much for me in the 2019 movie. Also, when you find out and you learn more about Dick Best, he wasn't some Jersey cowboy like they made in this movie. There wasn't all this stuff, him and Wade McCluskey, and especially Wade McCluskey. Don't put him in this movie with a damn pencil neck mustache. I mean, we know what he looks like, I hate, there are things like that happen with it that I did not like, but I thought they did a better job of the comprehensive story. They did more with the switching the bombs, and you could see they were not ready to launch the planes, because in '76 they're like, okay, launch, and then they're like, oh no, the bombers are coming down, which gets back to that whole myth. Some contend was a myth. This new one I like better in so many ways. Like, I think it told a bit better the whole story. I think it told about Coral Sea and Doolittle's raid a lot better than Midway originally didn't include this stuff, but other movies have. I really like the fact that they did the bigger picture to show you how the timing of Midway fit with the war in Asia, and so I'm split between the two. I didn't think I would like Woody Harrelson as Nimitz, but I think he did okay with it. I think he really did okay with it. Give me 1 second. My bad. Sorry.
No worries.
Okay, I'm back. So but I'll tell you, I liked Aaron Eckhart as Jimmy Doolittle. There was nothing worse than the movie Pearl Harbor, and you got Alec Baldwin playing Jimmy Doolittle.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, why do you savage a great American hero with that guy? I'm sorry, that may be too personal, political, but I'm like, and again, I was worried about how he'd pull off Nimitz Harrelson, but I thought he did a good job. I thought he did well with it. Like I said, where I faulted the movie was too much drama, Hollywood acting, maybe a little too much anti-aircraft, and definitely the way they portrayed Dick Best. I've watched enough podcasts about it, and the people that met him and talked to him and everything, they're like, that was not the real Dick Best, what you saw in that movie. So,
Tina, the Naughty Dragon, says Tora, 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 Father Goose, and the Guns of Navarone. Good choices. Let's see. Shattered Sword is a great book. Love the audio. Have the audio book too. Snort thinks Pearl Harbor was a silly movie. I agree. Tora, Tora, Tora was much better.
Yeah, I've got to watch Tora, Tora, Tora. I really have to. I don't think I did, and I tell you why. And I have weird reasons when I was younger, because I could not stand that the U.S. lost the battle.
Well,
so I wouldn't watch it. It's like it's weird, but as a kid, I wouldn't. I need to as an adult, but I was like, what's like the Final Countdown? You remember the Final Countdown?
Yes, I do. That was an awesome movie.
I love that. I just want to see the daggum Nimitz take out the Japanese fleet.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the stupid storm has to come back up. But it was a fantasy. But yeah, we had that movie. So
yeah, no, I loved Final Countdown. Tim says I've been to Pearl Harbor. There was one. I'm not going to spoil it for you, Dadman, because you haven't seen it yet. But there was a small part in Tora, 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 which kind of feeds into the old conspiracy myth that the powers that be knew that the Japanese were coming.
Yeah, that's a big debate, you know.
I'm actually reading a book right now. It's called Pearl Harbor Betrayed. And I'm trying to figure out whether it's going to still debunk the myth or add new questions to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Okay, go ahead. Since you're reading the book, go ahead.
Well, the other one that really that adds to, there was shenanigans going on with the Pearl Harbor attack. And again, YouTube, this is not political. We're talking history here. It was called It's called Stalin's War, and it is an amazing read, and it will piss you off at times, but because there's a chapter in there that this isn't any big secret, but Stalin had agents all over Washington in the highest offices in Washington.
Raymond, I need to take a call real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Well, I will, since he's doing that, I'll just say there was a part that a high person in the Department of the Treasury was in Stalin's paycheck, and he manipulated things that kind of directly led to Pearl Harbor. So I saw that. I'm going, oh man. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know this. I don't know. I know there's a lot of easy ways to look back on things and try to make issues there. I tend to not think so, because it's like in terms of like if FDR did something or this, that, and the other. I mean, there were so many more other events. There was actually a ship. There was the Japanese sunk a ship in the 37, 38 in
the Panay.
Yeah, the Panay. Yeah. I mean, there were other events and stuff working up towards it. That, I mean, some people wanted war then. The frustrations were coming, and it's just, of course, the radar operator that I learned recently, because they talked about the radar chief that's like, oh, don't worry, they'll just B-17s. It was his first day on the job with that, and they were used to those things coming in. I mean, and imagine a guy living with that the rest of his life on the first day of the job. It just, it requires so much that, unless you have a memo signed confession, it's like type of thing. Don't, because you want to remember the lives and the memories of the people that did die there, and not get into some of this other stuff. Oh, hey, look,
hey, Mrs. The Mrs. is here.
That's who called me. That's who called me, and I was trying to answer it, but she didn't answer. But hey,
hello. Herc 130 is in Walmart hell.
Oh yes, Walmart. We all know that feeling.
All right, so let me mark down the misses.
Yay.
And let me put down Herc 130. Okay, so
and Tina's right. That Canada does not get mentioned in these war movies and stuff like that.
No.
And stuff. No. I had a friend, Rambling Canuck. He actually did some history streams. And he talked about the Canadian, especially like in the Navy, they had a lot of support around D-Day, anti-submarines. The Canadian military did a lot in a lot of those areas, So, like you see in the Pacific, Anzac, you had the Australians, New Zealanders. I mean, they were heavily involved in many of the battles, like in Papua New Guinea and areas like that. That they really helped, prevent the Japanese from advancing even faster and quicker in some areas. Now, the navies were ill prepared for what the Japanese Navy was at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, there were just no comparison. But you do forget the Australians, the New Zealanders, even the Dutch. Even the Dutch had soldiers down in the Pacific. So
yeah. Well, they didn't have a choice after the Germans took over.
Yeah.
The Netherlands.
What's there to go home to?
Yeah. Snort said, I think Roosevelt wanted to get in war with the Germans and was pushing for that.
Yeah.
The Pacific was lower in his radar. Okay. So, what does a watch party consist of? Do you just watch a movie? How do you do it and avoid the YouTube monster?
Okay, there are different ways that I've seen. We're into Mrs. Ballywick here, and she is able to talk to in the chat. She can further clarify. There are different ways. If you want to pay for full StreamYards, there's a way to do it via their webinar. You're going to be paying for like top line StreamYard. That is a way I like to do it because I thought it made things better. Everybody in one screen. Well, now that's one way to do it. A second, because you're going to a locked room. It's not going out over the airwaves. You're actually in this room here. It's like limited invitation to your members and stuff like that. What the missus does is they set up a room in the Cosby. Up a Cosby room, and that's where they go and show it. You have your YouTube link where you put the link to the Cosby room, and then put the link in the YouTube, and then you go over there, and then you can open up the movie and watch it there in Cosby. Because since you're not sharing your screen to StreamYards, that's how you show the movie and don't have it all heard and seen on
Okay, so you don't even
StreamYard.
hear. So the movie doesn't get shown, and the sound doesn't get over YouTube.
Right, exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. If you do it right. If you don't do it right, then you could get sound or something. But generally, and that's that is a really cool thing, is that how they could just shift it all into that and not even once you learn how to use it, it's pretty easy. I mean, she's figured that pretty quickly. Sometimes though, it can be cantankerous, like anything online is.
Yeah. Oh, and Tina says you can also set up a movie room in Discord.
I have no idea what Discord is. I mean, I'm using it to a few people right now, but I'm like, I am not. I got enough platforms. But yeah, there is. I know my kid uses Discord. A lot of people use Discord to do a lot of things.
Snort says I went visiting New Zealand in 2006. I went a week after Anzac Day. I wanted to avoid the crowds.
Oh, come on, Snortapoopus.
You can eat the crowds.
Yes, exactly.
Free food.
Might meet a female polar bear down there too with the crowds.
But you see, the crowds, with crowds, it's a smorgasbord.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's see. There's the Dadman channel, and there's the Mrs. Dadman.
Yay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. On YouTube, you only hear my voice or whoever's on StreamYard with me. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. No crowds, more sheep for me.
Exactly. Which I guess New Zealand used to have some horrendous number of sheep compared to the population, but I think the humans are making a comeback now. Sounds like it's more buffet for Snortapoopus, though.
Yeah. Okay, and there is the pop culture breakdown chat. So anybody wanting to check it out, there it is. And make sure when you go there, you put down #PodRaid to let them know you've come to the pod and you're raiding them. Okay. Damn these humans making a comeback. Uh-oh.
Nope. Yep.
There's obviously a story behind that, missus. The sheep just thought I was big sheep. They never knew what hit them. Oh, damn. #blame Dalek. Oh, dear. Well, anything else you want to mention while we still got you for a little bit here?
We're still Fortniting. We like playing Fortnite, not necessarily big, crazy crowds and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But we're still doing things like that, looking into random stream opportunities and stuff. Like I said, about to start the football season coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, give it a shot, folks. If you just hang out, we try to make it fun and entertaining.
What time are those, if I may?
That will be on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m.
Oof.
We're going a little bit later because JT Kirk, he's got little ones, and he's working with me this year on that. So we had to kind of do it to make sure that last year we started at 10, but 9 is a lot better. And so Snortapoopus, I may or may not. It's depending on how I feel when I'm done with this. I was starting to get a headache earlier, but if I do it, it will be 9 o'clock, and you'll see the link out there a little bit later. West is on hold. Like I said, on my Wednesday, Go West Dadman, we're playing on both of our names. It's normally on 8 o'clock on Wednesday nights, but I pushed it back, because I had to appear here. Look forward to coming in here to you.
Well, I'm glad.
Absolutely. So, and like I said, it'll depend on if I can shake this headache, Snort, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. Plus, I got to get food. I literally walked in the door. When I pulled in, it was like 5:45. I walked. The miss was just about to leave, and we're just passing. Gave a quick kiss, and then I'm in the house. She left. And it was like, and so I got to have dinner at some point.
Yeah. Well. Okay.
Oh, I'm okay with now, but that's like for after here, so it's good. And like I said, we talked about earlier, I'm getting my mojo back, and because at one point I was not. I did basically 3 streams a week, and that was it, and then none random. But things happen, things change, and it's actually finally got some motivation back, which means 4 nights a week I have set streams. And lately they kind of come and go because of life right now.
Yeah.
So, but it's good. I tell you, it's been good because I mean, when I was really on the wagon, it was like I was sometimes 6, 7, 9 times a night, and even 2 o'clock in the morning. I love those late night streams though. There's something about being up at 3 o'clock in the morning, just shooting the crap with friends and just having a good time.
Just like late night radio.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the
day. Our missus will cringe at this. Art Bell, coast to coast. There are aliens out there. Oh gosh, I'd go to sleep with Art Bell on, and she's like, "I'm having nightmares. Stop that." I could. Go ahead. No, well, it's like another thing is I could go to sleep with a documentary on like World War II. It could be like just like. The designs of destroyers are, hey, Battle of Midway, kind of gentler. And then she'd wake up to something about the mustache guy marching through whatever, or it could be prisoner thing. Is like, she's like, you go to bed and the bad stuff comes on. So
Tina says, human, the other white meat. And Snort says, I wish I could stay awake late.
I know. I just, that's what, like I said, I love staying up late. I mean, Mrs. was always worked at a TV station. She worked overnight. I always loved when I could go to work with her on the weekend and stay up half the night. But
Legatus says, I'd be careful. Now there are too many chemicals and plastics and silicone in them. Oh, that's a good one, Legatus. That's a good one. All right. So let me make sure I put there's the pop culture breakdown. And of course, there's the Mrs. channel. And there's the Dadman channel.
Thank you. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah. And like I say, like also go support her channel because like she does more in the day than I do because I'm restricted pretty much tonight, and and of course the watch parties, they're really really cool. Like Superman the animated series now, and her diamond paintings are really really nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to text. I don't go on a lot during the day because I'm working too, and it's just like trying to. I can usually listen to it at my lunchtime. That's usually when I go into the Mrs. channel, but it's just like work. I never know.
No, I understand that.
Yeah, you never know.
See, I could do it depending on what I'm doing on that day for work, but with the narcs and stuff that have happened, the snitches and stuff, and it's like. I can't wear stuff on my head. I can't wear the headphones and the earbuds and stuff like that. But I've never had to. Usually I could work in a room by myself and keep it down low where it's fine. And it was not a problem, but some days, depending on the topic matter, it couldn't be political. It couldn't be really loud because if it did, I'd have to turn it down because I get messed up with that. So that's kind of the thing that happens with that, what's happened to me. That's why I'm not in the morning chats as much anymore. Whereas a few years ago when I had more privacy and flexibility at work, I could be in the morning chats. Yes, and we're trying to line up too where the missus can do some more stuff in the evening.
Yeah, the missus says she wants to do more stuff in the evening.
Yeah, exactly. And we're trying to work to get that going to where it happens. And we've got, and that's why hopefully I just stayed Monday to Thursday. Maybe she can do more stuff on Friday. I might bring back my Friday late show though after that, but she also has her watch parties too. But the thing is trying to get Mrs. more time and access to the crowds. But like, right now we're just, like she said, it will eventually happen. Like we had this big plan to start this transition to help her more at night.
Mm-hmm.
And then this stuff with mom happens and it's, but you can do what you got to do. Life has to be taken care of first.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. Snort says, I hope Grandma Dad walking gets better and the streams can get back to normal.
I agree. I agree so much.
Yes. So, all right. I think at this point, we're going to go to show notes.
Yay. Okay. Show notes.
Show notes. Give me a second here. I got to. But you've got to, if you can, take a look at that Star Wars parody. It's hilarious.
Oh, I love a lot of Star Wars parodies. So, yeah. Although I will tell you, I have seen some Star Wars fan films on YouTube that are better than anything the mouse ever came out with.
Oh, agreed.
Everybody knows that I hate Darth Maul. He should have died and never to come back again.
Yeah.
But they actually did one as a fan film that actually predated The Phantom Menace. And it was really, really good. And they managed to cover up how any of the other Jedis would have found out about them. I mean, it really was a very interesting. So she's sleeping now. I mean, okay. So thank you, Mrs., for that update. But yeah, it's bad when the fans can do a better job of something. I mean, I'm sure the Star Trek people think the same thing too.
Yeah. The missus says, I really need to get my studio fixed. Not enough hours.
Yeah, absolutely.
Snort says, most importantly, I wanted to get better. Of course.
Absolutely.
She did eat a little dinner and is sleeping now. Cool. All right. Now I'm ready for show notes.
This episode is brought to you by the Dolphin Wars.
Wars.
It's time for show notes. It's time for show notes. Yeah, with Mr. Raven and Sandra too. It's time for show notes. We're bringing it on. It's time for show notes. You've all been warned. It's time for show notes.
All righty.
Hello. All right.
All right. There we're at show notes. But before we get to the notes, we've got our usual Snorter Poopus wildlife picture. Snorter Poopus says, hello, Wallace Lang. How you doing? We got a big crowd tonight.
Awesome. That's cool.
Yeah. Let's see. Yep. He says, I stopped by to say hi and I'm heading to Doomcock's Pop Culture Breakdown. All right. And the Snorter Poopus Graham says, take care, AV, human, dolphin, dog, rodala, ferret, eagle, hedgehog, and California condor. TM, a wholly owned subsidiary of the DolphinWars.com. And here it is. A California condor, courtesy of Snorter Poopus Cuber. There you go. A California condor.
So is polar bears going to fly? How's he going to get that condor way up in the sky?
I have no clue. I have really no clue how we can do it. All right. So, this Saturday is Just Cuz at its usual time. Beware of the chaos. We may do the Wendy Webb. Ice cream sandwich tests. She's graduating from pickles to ice cream sandwiches.
Oh my gosh, y'all gonna kill that poor lady. Jeez.
Let's see. Snort says we can fly. Shh, secret. All right. So that Just Cuz on Saturday. A week from today is going to be another episode of Radio King Dolphin TV with the Not Ready for Pod Time players, starring Agent Pepsi 1, Anti-Derivative Jill, the Maximum Redstone, possibly the Comic Relief Crusader, and yours truly, King Dolphin himself. We will be reading from All's Fair, a Dolphin Wars novel, but All's Fair, a Dolphin Wars novel, the next installment, Wounded Warriors. Don't miss it. On the 23rd will be Just Cuz at its usual time and usual chaos. On the 27th, I will review the next two issues of the Fantastic Four, back from way back in the Kirby Lee days. And make sure you set your clocks. You get your invites in. You RSVPs. We are going to have on Saturday the 30th, the big, the massive, the epic 400th episode of King Dolphin TV. It will be a party of parties, second only to the 4-year anniversary of King Dolphin TV. But yes, 400th episode will be on August 30th. Be there or be square. It will be a party.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thanks. Can't believe it's already that fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. In October will be our 4 years.
Awesome.
Yes. Yeah. So that is I'm
holy crap. You just reminded me of something.
What?
I think I'm coming up on my 3rd streaming anniversary in about 6 days.
Oh wow. Party!
I'm like, I didn't even miss this. I might need a thumbnail. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to get to 750 to get that party, but oh my gosh, but of course that will be when I'm doing a stream with JT. He hadn't even realized it yet.
Oh, we'll crash the party.
That works. That works for me.
The missus says, I was going to say something snorty, but didn't want to ruin secret. All right. So that is show notes. I'm still working on stuff for September. Don't have a lot. So people, if you want me to interview people, or if there's something you want to hear on Wednesdays, please let me know. Ping me an email. Send me a DM on Twitter. Whatever. Let's get some stuff ready for September, October. All right. And Snort says, "Whoopie anniversary, Dadman."
Yeah, thank you, Snort. Yeah, what forced me to start streaming was it became the college football season. It was like either you better get doing it or not, and it's like, so that's why it became August, and it's like, oh wow. But thank you and congratulations again on your anniversary coming up. I was like, nothing like that to jog your memory,
Mm-hmm, yeah. You take care, missus.
All right, bye. I'll call you in a little bit, sweetie.
All right, so please let's send good wishes to Dadman Walking's mom, Dadman himself, and the missus. Please show our love for the three of them and put that in the chat so they know that we're thinking of them. All right, and the missus says, "Have a great evening." Sorry you couldn't make it, but glad you came into the chat, Mrs. Well, that's show notes. So let me thank everybody who was here. We had, and stick around if you can, Dadman. I just want to.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. We had Herc 130. We had the Misses.
Yay!
We had Pudgy Hedgehog.
Yay!
And let's see, we had Swift -1. We had Tina the Naughty Dragon. Wow. We had Wallace Lang. We had the West Kegel Man. Thank you all for being guests with the pod. I enjoyed it. I appreciate your attendance, and the great show was tonight. Okay.
Lots of fun.
Yes. We had our producer, Sandra. You heard him earlier, the Trike Boy. Woof. We had Wendy Webb, Trauma Warrior. We had FKHC 2005. We had Legatus Legionii. And of course, big guy himself. Snortampupas. Huber. Dot screen. Hashtag. You stay dry, Snort. Bye, all. All right.
Love that.
Dadman, you were amazing. This was a great show. I'm glad you were able to come on. We got to have you back on.
Absolutely. I love it. And I loved the time I got to pop in on a Saturday when it was free, too. That was fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But y'all can't keep expecting Wendy to be y'all's guinea pig on everything. I had to make the bear trust.
Oh man, sounds like Dadman might want to step in.
Not sure. You never know. You never know. I'm up for a good time sometime.
All right. Well, Dadman, it was great having you, and you have yourself a great evening. Take care of yourself and the missus and the mama.
Will do. Thank you.
Okay. Good night, chat. Love you all, and I'll see you Saturday.
Good night, everybody.